بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the All-Beneficent, the All-Merciful. All praise is only Allah's, Lord of the worlds. May His peace and blessings be upon the Master of all prophets and messengers, the Venerable Prophet Muhammad, and his pure, immaculate Ahlul Bayt. Especially Imam of Age, may Allah hasten his glad advent. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon to you, my dear brothers and sisters. Today, I would like to talk a little more about the straight path and what the straight path really is. But before that, I would like to tell you that we talked about the reason of asking God for the guidance to the straight path in previous session. And we said that we every day pray and ask Him to guide us to the straight path because of two important points. Number one was asking Him to keep us firm on the straight path in order to be safe from deviating from it. And number two was reaching to the higher stages. And today I intend to talk about the straight path and tell you what the straight path really is. According to what is understood from the verses of Quran, there are two different paths. Number one is the straight path. That is a path which leads to Allah. And the second one is the path of Satan, which leads to hell. After considering all of these verses, we can say that the straight path is the same as monotheistic creed, the religion of truth and the belief in instructions of Allah. As there is a verse in Quran in Surah Al-An'am, verse 161, says, "Alam a'had ilaykum ya bani Adam, alla ta'budu ash-shaytan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin, wa an i'buduni hadha siratun mustaqim." The translation, "Did I not enjoin on you, O ye children of Adam, that ye should not worship Satan, for that he is to an enemy avowed, and that ye should worship me, for that this is the straight path." So as you see, the straight path is the same as the monotheistic creed. The straight path, getting on the straight path starts with worshiping God, starts with believing in oneness of Allah. There is another verse says, قُلْ إِنَّنِي هَدَانِ رَبِّي إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ دِينًا قَيِّمًا مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ حَنِيفًا وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Say, verily my Lord hath guided me to a way that is astray. To a way that is straight. It means the straight path we talked about. A religion of right, the path trod by Abraham, the true in faith, and he certainly joined not gods with Allah. But I tell you what, this is still the beginning, or better to say, it's just the beginning. As I told you in the previous session, there are different stages we can reach while walking on the straight path. The very first, and better to say, the entrance of this straight path is worshiping God. As God said, أَنِ اعْبُدُونِي هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ, and that you should worship me, for that this is the straight path. But as I told you, there are still stages. Imagine that you want to go on a trip. You go on a trip. The entrance of the trip is exactly the checkpoint of that. There is a road and there is a destination. Whoever is closer to the destination is on a higher stage. Imagine that we are going to exactly talk about the straight path and just tell you that this straight path is similar to that road. The checkpoint of this straight path is believing in oneness of Allah, is worshiping Allah. There are still some stages we have to reach. As I told you, the starting point of our travels to God is us, and the destination is Allah, the pure sense, and the road is the straight path known as As-Siratul Mustaqim. To go on this path, we need to cross the checkpoint, as I told you, which is believing in oneness of Allah and worshiping Him. But this is just the beginning. We certainly need more than that for a spiritual connection with Allah. Consequently, the key of crossing the checkpoint of this path is what? Is worshiping Allah. But there are other stages. We're going to talk about it in the next sessions. Allah willing, in the next session, I'm going to talk about the necessities of this straight path and the keys to reach to the higher levels. Thank God and thank you. Wishing you the best. Goodbye.